also get lots of my ideas from history. And although Sisters of the Lost Marsh is not set in a particular time period, I've taken inspiration from history for lots of different things in the story. The history of witchcraft, for example, and the fight for women's rights. The idea of not being druv, not being driven, about being your own person, that comes from the history of Sussex. And their local motto is actually, we won't be druv, we won't be driven. The Secret of Nightingale Wood, my first book, is set just after the First World War, and it explores the idea of grief and aftermath, how we can find a way forward when it feels as if our whole world has crumbled to dust. Our Castle by the Sea is set at the beginning of the Second World War, and it's probably the most historical of all my books so far. It looks at what happened to the 80,000 or so enemy aliens in the UK at the start of the war. So these were people who happened to have been born in Germany or Austria and then later Italy as well. And it explores the internment camps, explores prejudice in times of conflict, and other historical landmarks too, such as the evacuation of Dunkirk. For me, as a writer, historical settings are just so brilliant because you never have that blank page. The historical context works as a kind of backdrop for your characters. You can slot them in the real story that's happening, and the real events spark ideas for the content of the story. So which periods in history are you interested in? Have you learned about any particular periods at school? Can you think of any good moments in history to spark an idea for your characters? You could try doing a bit of reading and research here, create a Pinterest board or a scrapbook of any things that you find that you feel would be a good starting point for a story. And remember, the focus of the story itself doesn't have to be historical. You can use the real historical setting as a backdrop for your very own mystery or adventure or thriller.